Prasad TL, Department of EC, Cambridge Institute of Technology. Today's lecture I am going to explain CMOS inverter. The term CMOS stands for Complementary Metal Oxide Semiconductor. CMOS technology is one of the most popular technology in the computer chip design industry and broadly used today to form integrated circuit in numerous and varied applications. This discussion focuses on the implementation of digital logic circuits using CMOS technology. CMOS circuit uses a combination of P-channel and N-channel MOSFET to implement logic gates. So CMOS is nothing but the combination of P-channel enhancement MOSFET as well as N-channel enhancement MOSFET. So P-channel enhancement MOSFET is nothing but PMOS and N-channel enhancement MOSFET is nothing but NMOS. The combination of PMOS and NMOS is your CMOS. So before explaining the CMOS inverter, so first what is PMOS and what is NMOS? So coming to NMOS, NMOS is built on P-type substrate. So you know the N-channel enhancement MOSFET. If it is N-channel enhancement MOSFET, P-type substrate. So that's why NMOS is built on P-type substrate with N-type source and drain diffused on it. N-type source and drain diffused on it. In NMOS, the majority charge carrier is electron. In NMOS, the majority charge carriers are electrons. When high voltage is applied to the gate, the NMOS will conduct. When high voltage is applied to the gate, the NMOS will conduct. Similarly, when low voltage is applied to the gate, NMOS will not conduct. So NMOS are considered to be faster than PMOS since the carrier in NMOS, which are electron, travel twice as fast as holes. Okay, so if it is NMOS, there is a P-type substrate. In N-channel enhancement MOSFET, the substrate is what? P-type substrate with N-type source and drain diffused it. If it is P-type substrate, the charge carries. There is a two types of charge carriers. One is electron and another one is hole. So the majority charge carrier for your NMOS is electron. Clear? So this is the symbol of your NMOS. There is a three terminal. For your N-channel enhancement MOSFET, there is a three terminal: gate, drain and source. Clear? Next, PMOS. So PMOS, P-channel enhancement MOSFET is nothing but PMOS. P-channel MOSFET consists P-type source and drain. P-type source and drain diffused on a N-type substrate. For your PMOS, the substrate is N-type substrate. If it is N-type substrate, the majority charge carriers are holes. The majority charge carrier is holes. So when high voltage is applied to the gate, the PMOS will not conduct. When low voltage is applied to the gate, the PMOS will conduct. Clear? So this is the symbol of your PMOS. This is the symbol of your PMOS. Same three terminal: gate, source and drain. The difference is this bubble. The difference is this bubble. That is the main difference between your NMOS and PMOS. Clear? For your NMOS, the substrate is P-type substrate. The majority charge carrier is electron. For your PMOS, the substrate is N-type substrate. The majority charge carrier is holes. Clear? Now the next is CMOS inverter circuit. The CMOS inverter circuit, the combination of PMOS and NMOS. See here, this is your CMOS inverter circuit. Consists of two complementary MOSFET, PMOS and NMOS. So the top is your P-channel enhancement MOSFET. The top is P-channel enhancement MOSFET, and The bottom is N-channel enhancement MOSFET. That is nothing but PMOS and NMOS. That is nothing but PMOS and NMOS. Clear? Now, this is your source terminal, gate and drain. The source terminal of your PMOS is connected to VDD, and the source terminal of your NMOS is connected to the ground. The drain terminal of your PMOS and the drain terminal of your NMOS connected together make a terminal called output terminal. The gate terminal of your PMOS and the gate terminal of your NMOS connected together make a terminal called input terminal. That is nothing but Vin. Clear? This is the explanation of your CMOS inverter circuit. So now, what is the meaning of inverter? CMOS means complementary metal oxide semiconductor. Inverter means what? Whatever you are applying across your input, it will give the inverted output. If your input is 1, your output is 0. If the input is 0, your output is 1. That is the meaning of inverter, complementary. Okay. Now, see, this is your CMOS inverter circuit. Okay. So first I will mentioning whatever the representation VGS2, VGS1, everything. Okay. For your PMOS, I am representing T2. For your NMOS, I am representing T1. PMOS is nothing but transistor T2. NMOS is nothing but transistor T1. Okay. Now this is our V input, that is Vi. So this is our VGS2 because T2 no, so that's why I mentioned here 2 VGS2. What is the meaning of VGS2? Means the voltage across gate and source terminal. The voltage across gate and source terminal is VGS2 for PMOS. The voltage across gate and source terminal for NMOS, that is VGS1. Clear? So for your CMOS circuit or the operation of CMOS inverter circuit, there is two cases, case 1 and case 2. So case 1 is what? Vi is equal to 5 volt. The case 1 is Vi equals 5 volt and case 2 is Vi equals 0 volt. Clear? So what will happen when Vi is equal to 5 volt and what will happen when Vi is equal to 0 volt? We have to find. Okay. Now coming to case 1. So when Vi is equal to 5 volt or 1 state. 5 volt is nothing but 1 state. 0 volt is nothing but 0 state. So when we are applying a 5 volt across your input, what is your VGS2? Okay. What is your VGS2? VGS2 is nothing but Vi. See, when the input Vi is equal to 5 volt or 1 state, so VGS2 equals Vi minus VSS. VGS2 is nothing but the voltage across gate and source terminal is nothing but your input voltage Vi minus VSS. So Vi is 5 volt. Vi is equal to 5 volt. Correct? No, I am applying your input voltage is 5. Vi is equal to 5 and VSS is also 5. So 5 minus 5 is what? 0 volt. The voltage across your gate and source terminal is 0 volt. The voltage across gate and source terminal is 0 volt. The voltage across gate and source terminal 0 volt, your PMOS is won't conduct. Your PMOS is won't conduct. That is nothing but it act as a open circuit. It act as a open circuit. So next, coming to your VGS1. VGS1 is equal to Vi minus ground. VGS1 is nothing but what? Vi minus ground. Ground is nothing but 0. Vi minus 0 is nothing but what? Vi. Therefore, VGS1 is nothing but Vi. VGS1 is nothing but Vi. That means what? 5 volt. So 5 volt is greater than VT. What is the meaning of VT? Threshold voltage. What is the meaning of threshold voltage? The minimum voltage required to turn on the device. So the 5 volt is greater than threshold voltage. That means your device will be on. That means your NMOS will conduct. NMOS will conduct. So if your PMOS is off, it offers very high resistance. See here. T2 is not conduct, offer high resistance. See here, this is your equivalent circuit. T2 is off, the resistance is high. And your NMOS T1 is on, your resistance is low. That means whatever this equivalent circuit, it same as your two resistor. This is one resistor and this is one resistor. Okay. So now we have to find the voltage across here V0. Clear? So this is your open circuit, this is your closed circuit. Whatever this 5 volt is not possible to move because your PMOS is off, it acts as an open circuit, it is not possible to flow. But for your NMOS is a closed circuit. Therefore the ground is directly connected to the V0. The ground means what? 0. Therefore your V0 is equal to 0. Or we have to apply voltage divider rule. This is whatever this formula is there, no, that is voltage divider rule, because these two resistors are in series. So what is your voltage across this one? So V0 equals input voltage. What is your input voltage? VSS is your input voltage. Input voltage into R1. Input voltage into R1 divided by sum of two resistors. Input voltage into R1 divided by sum of two resistors. So input voltage is how much? 5 volt. What is your R1? R1 is low. See, your R1 is low. Low means what? 0. 0 into 5, 0. Therefore, your V0 is equal to 0. What is your input voltage? 5. What is your output voltage? 0. So, invert whatever your input, it will gives the inverted output. See, hence the output V0 is equal to 0 volt or 0 state. Clear? When the input Vi is equal to 5 volt or 1 state, your output V0 is equal to 0 volt or 0 state. This is your case 1. Coming to case 2, when the input Vi equals 0 volt. When the input Vi equals 0 volt, what is your VGS2? VGS2 is equal to same formula, Vi minus VSS. Vi is equal to 0, VSS is 5, 0 minus 5 is 5 volt. Therefore, your transistor or your PMOS T2 is conduct. If it is conduct, offers very low resistance. R2 is low. What is your VGS1? VGS1 is equal to Vi. What is your Vi? 0 volt. So 0 volt means your NMOS won't conduct. That means off. If it is off, high resistance. R1 here high. From the circuit, V0 is equal to same formula R1 into VSS divided by sum of two resistance R1 plus R2. VSS is how much? That is common 5 volt. R1 is high. See here, R1 is high resistance. I means what? 1. 1 into 5, 5. Therefore, you are 5. R. I am telling this is on. For case 2, your PMOS is on, your NMOS should be off. Off means open circuit. Not possible. Ground is not directly connected to the V0. This is a closed circuit. So whatever the 5 volt will be appears across your V0. So that's why there is 5 volt. So when Vi is equal to 0 volt, Vi is equal to 0 volt, V0 equals 5 volt. So inverted output. That's why that is called CMOS inverter circuit. The main application of your CMOS is CMOS inverter circuit. Using CMOS, how it becomes inverter. That's why that is called CMOS inverter. And one more very important point, it is observed that in any of the output state, means if you apply Vi is equal to 5 volt or if you apply Vi is equal to 0 volt, only one transistor is turned on. Correct now you mentioned. If it is Vi is equal to 5 volt, your PMOS is off, your NMOS will on. Means only one transistor will be connected. If you apply Vi is equal to 0 volt, PMOS should be on and NMOS is off. That means only one transistor will be conduct. So it is observed that in any of the output states, only one transistor is turned on. As the transistors are series connected, no current is drawn from the battery source in either of the two states. Current is drawn from the battery only during the state transition. The current is drawn from the battery when? Only during state transition. What is the meaning of state transition? Only when if it is changing from off to on to off. Hence, CMOS circuits draw extremely low power from the battery and their energy consumption is very small. This is the one of the main advantages of your CMOS. The energy consumption is very small. Because of this, your CMOS is a popular choice for digital application. Why we are using CMOS in a digital application? Because of the energy consumption is very small and high input impedance. Clear? See the advantages of CMOS. Whatever I explained, same. The power drawn in steady state is extremely low and the energy consumption is very small. That is the main advantage of CMOS. Why the energy consumption is very small? Because the current drawn is very less. If the current drawn is very less, the input impedance is what? High. Because of that, that is high input impedance and fast switching speed. So the main application of your diode, BJT and FET is switching. So why we are using CMOS? Because of the fast switching speed. Your switching speed is what? Fast for your CMOS. That's why we are using CMOS. Clear? So this is the advantages of CMOS. Thank you.